How many of you think of yourself as a social influencer? Anyone out there? Sometimes I think I am, but then based upon my likes and everything, sometimes I wonder. But like me, like my page, follow me, and help me be a social influencer. But seriously, you might think that you're not a social influencer, but you might be surprised that you influence more people than you would think. Think about influences in your life. Your parents or teachers may have influenced you on where to go to college or what to study, or maybe your work schedule influences you on what time you have lunch or what time you schedule your workout, whether you get up early or do it during lunch or do it after work. Or maybe you have been influenced by a husband or a wife or significant other on what's for dinner tonight. People are influenced by other people's decisions all the time, and that includes yours as well. So you are a social influencer. Some of my business partners and I were out for breakfast, and we had been probably about 20 minutes since we had ordered when a colleague of ours walked into the restaurant. We saw that he was alone, so we invited him to join us. And about a minute after he ordered, our food was served. Well, when he saw that one of the ladies had strawberry cream pancakes and fruit that I had ordered, and someone else had some bacon or sausage, he quickly decided to change his order to what she got, the strawberry pancakes and a side of fruit like I had. And for this young man who was fit and in shape and changing his meal from something healthier option to strawberry cream pancakes wasn't such a big deal. But for someone who may be overweight or obese and is struggling to lose weight, these type of social influences when others are eating could actually be detrimental for their success. As a matter of fact, people's eating decisions are often influenced by others when they're eating out socially. According to one study, obese women are 29% more likely to consume more when they're eating with their friends and family than when they're eating alone, or even when they're eating with someone that they might not know very well. So aside from eating with other people who are super healthy eaters and may be able to persuade or influence you to eat healthier too, it's important for you to set a goal, to plan and to track in order for you to know what you're eating, when you're eating, and to be ready for these type of social influence that might show up. So for you to be your own influencer and attract the healthy life that you want to create and the healthy weight that you want to create. One time I was fasting and I was out with my husband and his brother and sister. And he didn't tell them, he regretted to tell them that I wasn't actually eating with them, but I had plans in advance. So I ordered food to go, and my brother was just flabbergasted that I wasn't eating with them. And he was like, what are you here for? Just a prop? And I was like, what? No, I'm here for your company. I'm here to celebrate and to rejoice with you in the day and see what's going on with you and your sister and all of that. Like, I'm not here to simply eat. But these type of social influences are what we come up against all the time when we're out with people and sometimes feeling pressured to eat just because they're eating, or to have a drink if you're out at happy hour or something after work. So it's important, again, to plan and to track. When you think about it, anyone who is successful at anything in their life has some type of plan and has some type of tracking mechanism for themselves. High performers track all the time. So we want to plan and we want to track, and we want to create that healthy weight. One of the top predictors for weight loss, success, and sustainability, which is most important, and the key, one of the questions I get asked all the time is, how do I sustain? How do I maintain? Tracking is the key. Like I just said, high performers track all the time. What you track, you will attract. So, how many of you in your business or at work are not paying attention to your money or your KPIs. Anyone out there not paying attention to these things? Most of you probably have some type of Excel spreadsheet, a Google sheet, or project planner that you can bring up and know exactly what your goals are, where you are at, or your goals, your finances, your KPIs at a moment's notice. But if you're not tracking, then you have no idea how much money is going in or coming out, whether your project is on track or not, or if you're going to hit that quarterly or yearly goal. I had been a project manager in corporate America for almost 20 years. And it was crucial to pay attention to three main things when you're managing a project: scope, cost, and time. These three things were the indicators to let the team know, to let the stakeholders know whether a project was on track and moving in the right direction or not. The same comes true when it comes to your weight. There are indicators that are important to track to know if you're going to hit your goals, if you're moving in the right direction or not, or if you might be off track. So when was the last time you stepped on the scale? When was the last time you took your measurements? I mentioned that I had worked in corporate America for almost 20 years, and a great part of that time, I was working remote. And this was before our pandemic, before everybody was on Zoom, video conferencing, all of that. So most of my calls, I was able to just literally pick up the phone and have a phone call. So I wasn't paying attention to whether or not my clothes were maybe a little bit too tight. I'd just throw in some leggings or sweatpants, or if my shirts weren't as loose fitting as I wanted them to be, I just put on a sweatshirt. For years, I was avoiding that number on the scale. I wasn't paying attention. Of course, I had an inkling that I was gaining weight, which is why, because something didn't fit, I just put on some sweatpants and a sweatshirt. I wasn't paying attention to the other indicators. Was my weight creeping up? I wasn't getting on the scale. I wasn't taking measurements, any of that. And so when my clothes were getting tighter, when my mood was going down, I started just feeding my feelings with food and with alcohol, and wasn't paying attention to any of those things until one day, January 2016. I'll never forget that day when I was walking downstairs for a meeting one morning, and I had to brace myself, grab onto the stairwell because I was so out of breath. I was gasping for breath as I was walking down the stairs. Most times you hear people getting winded, getting out of breath as they're walking upstairs, but I was walking downstairs, and that was a really big clue for me, a signal saying, what is going on? Let's tune in, let's check on what's going on. So later that night, I decided to get on the scale, and I saw 199 pounds. I was shocked. I felt blindsided. You know, when a quarterback can't see that side, they can't see it coming, and he gets hit from behind. That's how I felt. I felt blindsided. And I said, okay, well, it's nighttime. You know, your weight fluctuates. It's always best to weigh yourself first thing in the morning. So let's see what happens in the morning. Well, in the morning, I woke up and the same thing, 199 pounds. Now, you might not be able to tell in the video here, but I am 5'3" and a quarter. I had that extra quarter. Yes, I'm 5'3" and a quarter. So 199 pounds on a 5'3" frame is not healthy. It's not a good weight to be at. And if you're not paying attention to how you're eating, how you're moving and or not moving, and what you're not eating, then in your overall lifestyle, then things like this scope creep can come in, and you can be off track of your goals. So it's really important to keep track and to have a plan for when things like social influences come up in your life. It could be a party or a wedding that you're going to, or a festival or event, and have a plan for when those special indulgences come up in your life. If you don't have that plan, again, it's easy for scope creep. That's when the initial plan goes off track, comes in, and its new requirements come in. Like then your whole plan sometimes can just get blown out of whack when all these new figures and facts and things start coming in and things you didn't expect. And the cost can go up. And so when you're looking at your weight and everything, the cost of your medical bills, the cost of your insurance, the cost of you getting things prepared in order for you to be healthier, whether you decide to get a gym membership or that, that might increase your cost. But even your time that you have in your life, the time that you spend with family and friends, that might be a cost for you, because sometimes a lot of people, when they are gaining weight and everything, you might feeling a little uncomfortable in your own body, so you might not want to be with your friends and you might not want to go out. I had someone tell me one time that she loved to dance, and she loved to go out with her friends and do like salsa and everything, and she felt ashamed that she had gained so much weight during a recent pandemic that she didn't want to go out anymore. So it was costing her time with her friends and her family, and time, and costing her the things that she loved to do. So when you are reaching and moving toward your goal of a healthy weight, then it's important to go to the grocery store with a plan. Studies have shown that without a grocery list or something, oftentimes people will walk the store and just pile their cart up with unhealthy snacks, especially if they go when they're hungry, and chips and cookies. So planning what you're going to buy, planning your dinner, so when you're rushing home from work or a meeting, and you don't have to worry about, okay, what am I going to do when I get home? I don't feel like cooking. And you end up stopping for takeout or fast food. Or you might be feeling stressed at the end of the day and a little bit overwhelmed by what's happened that day. And so you might start fueling your feelings with food like I had done, or a couple extra glasses of wine here and there, that fruity cocktail. Those hidden calories start to creep up on you. If you're waking up late or you're leaving work late, so you skip your workout for the day, and that turns into the next day, and you're like, oh, I'll start on Monday, and then every other Monday goes by and you haven't started yet. So doing these things on a continuous basis changes the course of your goals. It changes your health project, your weight loss project that you're on, and it steers you off track. And then your stakeholders get upset. So the stakeholders in your life, think about it, your friends, your family, who are paying the cost of you not having the energy to go out, or you not having the time to go out to spend with them, or just feeling uncomfortable with going out and being seen with people. But it's paying the cost for the most important stakeholder in your life, and that is you. You are your most important stakeholder. You have one body to be able to do all the things you want to do, live the life to your fullest, illuminate your potential so that you can live your best life. And to do that, it's time to create that healthy weight loss. So how do you do it? It doesn't happen by accident. Anything that you set a goal for doesn't happen by accident. You think of there's no accidental billionaires. There's no accidental gold Olympic champions. Nothing happens by accident, and so it is with your healthy weight and your goals. People don't accidentally become healthy, lean, and fit, at least not in the society. And truth be told, that these days, especially when you look at the standard American SAD diet, that everything is really stacked against you to go in the opposite direction of health and healthy weight release. So it's important for you to stack things in your favor and create that healthy weight loss. So here are the 6 steps that you can start with to start stacking things in your favor. One is to cook at home. Cooking at home is less expensive. A lot of times I hear people like, oh, cooking healthy cooking, it can be expensive, but studies have shown on average that eating out is much more expensive something you're doing on a regular basis. I remember one time I was doing a 21-day financial fast, and part of the fast was paying for everything in cash and then only spending on necessities. So I cut down eating out and going out to eat quite a bit. It was something that my husband and I had done on a regular basis, and I cut it out quite a bit. And at the 21 days, I had saved about $1,200. I was shocked that I was able to save $1,200 in just 21 days simply by cutting out going out to eat. So cooking at home is one of the ways that you can stay on track and also illuminate your potential, live your best life, because you're saving more money. So that money can go to other things that you want to do in your life and help you to illuminate your potential. Then you want to R, well, not then, but these aren't in any particular order, but the R of create is to reduce. Really, you want to eliminate, but reduce when you're starting out, because sometimes when you just try to go cold turkey and just eliminate everything at one time, you not only have a harder time struggling and sustaining your weight release. Those are the fad diets that you hear about, those fad diets that tell you to eliminate everything, go on some crazy cleanse, or drink lemon juice all the time, and that's not sustainable. So you want to move toward eliminating things, but you want to start reducing it. And also because a lot of times people, unbeknownst to them, are actually addicted to sugars and those chemicals in the unhealthy food, and you will have withdrawal symptoms from those things. So reducing the junk food and the processed food. Then the E is to eat more fruits and veggies. I always recommend that people do this first, is to add before you reduce, add before you subtract. So eat more fruits and veggies. That increases your intake of quality, high fiber, complex carbohydrates. Strive to half your plate with fruits and vegetables. I say half your plate with produce is a good goal. Then aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep. A minimum of 6 hours is like your bare minimum, and then a maximum of 9 hours, because too much sleep is also not good for you. So aim for that 7 to 8 hours of sleep. The T of create is to team up. Team up with friends and family to get extra support, or have an accountability partner, or maybe you're someone who might have to hire a health coach. That's what I do. I'm a health coach, to be able to support people in their healthy weight journey and start building up your health team. I say it goes beyond just your doctor, but have a team of people to help you in your healthy weight loss. And then finally, E, exercise. Really having more physical activity and movement. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to be at the gym for hours on end, pumping cardio. It's important to include weights when you're doing weight loss, and to just be more active and have some physical movement. Simply walking 10 minutes vigorously 3 times a day can do it for you. So if you're someone who hasn't been living your best life because you've been frustrated by all different diet options, feeling comfortable in your own body, and really struggling to lose that unwanted weight, I have a resource for you. This resource can help you begin to create that healthy life for you, help you to shine, and get you on a path to healthier health. When your journey begins with creating your healthy life, it begins with healthy habits. So I created the 9 healthy habits that you can start today. You can grab that at my Linktree site, linktr.ee/tips for life, and click on that first link you'll see there and grab your guide. Once you get the guide, you'll also receive an email and opportunity to book a complimentary fastest path to fat loss breakthrough session with me. And in this session, I work with you to customize and create that customized path just for you, so that you can start illuminating your potential, living your best, healthiest life, and becoming your own influencer. So go grab that guide. I'll put the link up here so you can see it real quick too, and make sure you grab your guide so that you can get the 9 healthy habits you can start today at the link tree, linktr.ee/tips for life, and begin creating your healthiest self and illuminating your potential.